We're at part 13 of the Metroid Prime commentary.
Woo.
I just noticed that when Samus is in the fusion suit, the arm cannon's like super bulky. Like super
Well, compared to the suit, or
compared to her arm. Next time you start a part with the fusion suit, take a look at her upper arm and then look at the arm cannon, and there's like a good 3-inch width increase.
Well, yeah, but that's also because I'm in the wave beam. Wave beam information. Sorry,
That would explain why it's wider.
Well, if you had the wide beam in a Metroid Prime game, it would be fucking broken beyond all belief.
I'd imagine.
The wide beam is...
I think I immediately thought wide beam because I'm in the fusion suit.
The wide beam is as tall as Samus is, so if it's in 3D, it would probably be a square, which means that it would just hit everything that you can see on screen.
Intense radiation detected.
We're in the overworld.
This thing's nuclear?
Now, right?
we're in the Talon section that connects to the phazon mines, yes.
Oh, okay, so we haven't been here before. We've just been in a tunnel that looks suspiciously like that one before.
Yeah.
Copy-pasting.
In a
Even
sense.
the new games are guilty of it.
Yes.
Conveniently contrived blockways so you don't get down here early.
Actually, kind of the reason why I wanted Metroid Prime 4 on the Wii U.
Not gonna happen, John.
I can dream, can I?
And I can dream they'll make another F-Zero game, but that's not gonna happen.
You are very touche.
I got my Pikmin 3!
Only because Miyamoto demanded it.
Well, it's also been going on it's also been in development since before 2008. So keeping in mind that even if you guys get your announcements, you're not going to get the game you want for another couple of years after that.
I'm a Zelda fan, I'm used to that.
I just take an announcement at this point. My least favorite missile expansion of the game. You have to use the half-pipe structure of this tunnel right here to get up there, but this part's really fucking finicky because you see, the reason why I'm pausing right there is because it's not reacting to my analog input. So don't tap the analog stick at all here. Just let momentum do its course.
Pull a Sonic the
I
Hedgehog.
remember this one. This one's annoying.
There we go. Oh, why did I do that?
Oh, I missed.
I was still holding onto the B button when I got up there. You let go of the analog stick.
And you can't MacGyver your way up there with more ball blocks.
No, it's too
No, it's too tall.
Lewis, your opinion?
I like grilled ham and cheese. Grilled ham and cheese is
Thanks for
awesome.
looking at the game, aren't you? You're eating that grilled ham and cheese.
No,
and looking at the game.
I'm looking. You just went through the half pipe thing, got the missile expansion and that hidden thing, and now you're looking at your visor.
X-ray visor acquired. Now we can look at Samus's arm and give it cancer.
Okay, you
Nothing
want to
with
know
X-rays.
something that bugs me? X-ray vision doesn't mean that you can see like an X-ray machine. It means that you'd be able to see X-rays that are flying through the air. So, not all that useful, really. Now, if it was called seeing through stuff vision, I wouldn't have a problem with it, but...
Well, X-rays see through things. In the medical sense.
Well, no, they use no. What an X-ray machine does is that the X-rays will bounce off the bone, and then they use a special thing to. Okay, I'm talking out of my ass, but the point is that X-ray vision means that if you had X-ray vision, you would see X-rays. So, call it something else.
So X-rays can't pass through bone.
X-rays don't have eyes, ergo they cannot see. What you are actually using X-rays to generate an image which you see.
Yes.
There is no technical semantic thing as X-ray vision. That said, this argument is incredibly stupid.
Well, I'm curious though. Even though at the risk of believing Ted's bullshit, X-rays can't pass through bone.
I think it has something to do with the vitamin D and calcium.
Yeah, I think that's it or something. I don't know.
Might be it. I don't know. I haven't researched this shit.
None of us research any shit.
That's why we are what we are.
Everyone, let's
Yes.
remember, don't cross the streams.
Most importantly,
Get the trap ready.
but now that since we have the X-ray visor, we can now track Chozo Ghosts much easier.
Don't they like stop being visible at all in the normal visor at this point, though?
No. See, the one thing annoying about Chozo Ghosts without the X-ray visor is that you technically can't shoot them while they're invisible.
Now you can.
So I don't exactly know what the X-ray visor grants you, besides being able to see them all the time. But that's just how.
You want to know what I think it is? I think it's that the game isn't programmed to lock onto the Chozo Ghosts when they're invisible. So it's not that you can't hit them; it's just that you're missing.
Is it possible though? I'm curious.
I'm sure it is if you're a sharpshooter, but
Well, I can test it with the super missile.
Something to experiment with.
Yeah, super missile is technically home, so I don't think they would need the monster to be technically visible in order to do so. But I'm curious actually.
well, you'll play through this game in another 3 months.
Well, I don't plan on let's playing this game for a long time. Did you mean?
Well, no, I assume you're gonna play it for fun within a couple of months.
Oh no, I have a massive backlog.
Well, how
Not
often
to mention
do you
he
go
still
back?
Not to mention he has tons of other things to record for his channel and us.
And
Well, how
review.
often do you go back to Metroid games just for fun?
Just for fun, maybe 1 or a few months.
Yeah, so 3 months from now.
Yeah,
you'll
but
play-
it also depends on what kind of Metroid game I play. You know, since I technically already got my fill of Prime, I'll probably maybe go back to Super Metroid or maybe Fusion, maybe Zero Mission. I'm not sure.
Prime 2.
Only for the Let's Play channel, Ryan.
You just
Because
got a weird hankering to play it.
I'm technically doing that live. That means I'm gonna have a test playthrough for myself before I meet up with Matt or Elliot. That's how I generally work things.
Well, how long do you wait between finishing your test playthrough and starting your actual playthrough?
For what? This channel or the Let's Play
For,
channel?
no, just in general, like on average.
I generally do the real playthrough right after the test playthrough, so it's still fresh in my head.
I couldn't do that because I get burned out of a game after I beat it.
It depends on how much I like the game.
There are very few exceptions where I can play a game back to back because even my favorite games, I get burned out with them. Like, I don't think I could
it would just
imagine
depend
playing
on the game for
Paper
me.
Mario Thousand Year Door, even though it's one of my favorite games, twice in a row.
Oh no, I don't see myself doing a test playthrough with an RPG. Like when I recorded 6 for this channel, that was pretty much just going ahead and winging it the entire way.
Though that might just be because a lot of my favorite games are longer games, so it's just like, I don't want to spend 80 hours on this shit.
Like when you eventually record like the Banjo games, will you do a test playthrough or will you just wing it?
I might do a test playthrough for Kazooie because I don't really know that game very well. But I can play Banjo-Tooie blindfolded, so I don't need to do a test playthrough for that one.
Now I can't get to the missile refill station because these guys have appeared.
Oh, now you can scan. You didn't scan them until now?
I didn't scan them earlier. I completely forgot about that.
Can you miss out on Chozo Ghost?
No.
No, because they
There's
respawn in rooms at their end,
Yeah,
so...
they never go away. Unfortunately.
Oh, you can. You can't see through the arm cannon in this game's X-ray visor.
No.
In Prime 3, you saw that in order to
The
shoot
fingers.
things, Samus just sort of twitches her finger a little bit.
Yeah.
So imagine if her hand just went itchy and she just started scratching her own palm or something.
Help.
Whoa, hang on. Are you sure you can't see your hand in there? Because I think I can see your hand in there. Or is that just...
No,
Yeah, you
can.
can.
You can see through the left hand, but
Now,
not
you
the
can see a bit of the right
You
hand.
can see the right hand.
I mean, inside the cannon.
You can see it, it's just not moving.
It's a lot harder than in Prime 3 because in Prime 3 it's red for some reason.
Well, yeah. Well, you also yeah. There's that, and that's actually another nice attention to detail is whatever gun you're using, her hand will take that shape. So if you're using the wide beam, she has all of her fingers spread out. If she has the plasma beam, no, she has the ice beam. She's giving you like the rock on finger, like right there. Yeah, you can
Matterhorn.
It's like the
The Matterhorn.
If you have the most powerful weapon in the
her
game,
fingers
giving
on
the
the
enemy
inside
middle
of the
finger.
gun will match the little symbols on the bottom right screen.
Yeah, so the wave beam is a full palm. The ice beam is the rock
Matterhorn.
on.
No, you know what? The ice beam is just a more advanced version of Peter Parker's spider web stuff.
Yeah, the up and away web. You're right.
Yeah.
I forgot what the plasma
Samus
beam.
learned how to shot web.
I forgot what the plasma beam though is.
Is it a middle? As Lewis mentioned, is it the middle finger?
It could be a middle finger, or maybe a thumbs up for the Terminator 2 reference. But
No gutters, no gutters, no gutters, no gutters.
I must feel the ball.
Be the ball,
Be the ball. Oh fuck! I was over the line.
dude. Am I the only one around here who really doesn't care for bowling?
No, I'm terrible at bowling.
I'm terrible at bowling too, but I still have fun with it. Just clip your nails before throwing the damn thing.
I haven't bowled in years.
If you have so much of a millimeter of a nail on your thumb, it's going bye-bye if you twist the ball the wrong way.
I just don't think. I never really went bowling a whole lot, but I think that's more just because my parents didn't trust me, my sister, and my two brothers with large, round, heavy objects.
Let's try not to throw it backwards tonight, Ted.
But that's the most fun thing to do in Wii bowling. Just toss it backwards and see who it smacks.
You know what? Wii bowling made me think that bowling was easier than I thought it was. It was a lie.
Bowling is always harder than it is.
Ironically, I do better in real life bowling than I do with Wii bowling.
Ted got a harsh reality Ted got a harsh reality call when he went to his first bowling alley and says, "Where's the Weeboats?"
Well, it's weird because like the physics for Wii bowling are really accurate to the real life, but it's so much harder in real life.
Because it's heavy.
Wait, so do I have to wear a wrist strap for this thing or what?
I do it. you know.
Yes, of course.
You just leave it on and then you throw yourself down the lane.
If you throw that son of a bitch hard enough, you're going with the ball, yeah. That or it's not going anywhere.
No, you throw it and the wrist strap just makes it swing up and smacks you in the face.
That or it can dislocate your elbow. That was funny. I do like the occasional bowling game. I go cosmic bowling every once in a while.
Who came up with that?
I
you know
don't
what would
know.
make bowling better if we turned out all the lights and made everything neon.
So I assume that we're close to a elevator to the Magmore Caverns, because there were lava in that area. There was lava in that area.
Let's see what happens next.
We have the grapple beam. We're actually going after the plasma beam next.
Yay.
No. Actually, we're going after the We got the X-ray visor. We can travel to the rest of the phazon mines. But we're going to that area next.
I assume we're picking up various goodies along the way.
Of course.
Bane?
That was unintentional. I'm sorry.
You sure that was unintentional?
Well, it's kind of a verbal tick now.
Well, whenever you say "of course," you do it in that voice.
I do the band like, of course.
You may have adopted the dark suit, but I was born in it.
I'm actually very curious. I know we're at the end of the part at this point, but why was there never a Metroid bowling spinoff?
Because, you want to know why? Because Nintendo takes Metroid too seriously.
They made a
That's why
pinball
there's
game.
a pinball
Or
game.
at least have like Samus as a special character in Wii Bowling, and she herself is the bowling ball.
Well, no, it would be cheating because she could just drop bombs and then get a strike every single time.
Well, no, not really.
She can steer herself while rolling.
I can totally see it now. You go into morph bomb mode. You technically can't move it, otherwise you go over the line. You charge up the boost mode, and once you got your line of sight targeted, booyah! You charge up and hope you get a strike.
Now, I imagine Samus would be the type of person who, before she goes up to the lane, would just shoot a power blast at the pins, knock all of them down, and say strike if she were losing.
What a bitch.